What's going on, people, and welcome to a brand new episode of Too Many Games and Not Enough Time, the podcast series where we get to speak to incredible gamers across the globe about what they are playing. Now, if you've come over from TikTok, seen us do the thing, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe because we are working towards 5K by the end of the year, and I'd love for us to be able to achieve that goal. But it's not all about that. It's not even all about me. It's all about the incredible creator I have on today's show, because I have a gaming and tech creator. This guy has the best visuals in the game. I'm talking clean. You can see them, man. They're up there doing stuff for Game Digital, and I'm talking a fellow Star Wars Jedi, Sal Vahed. Welcome to Too Many Games and Not Enough Time. How you doing, my G?
I'm good, mate. What an intro. As always, what an intro. I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm really good. I'm super excited to get straight into this because I see Starfield behind you. I see Thor's hammer behind you. But we're not even starting with that. We're going to start with a mutual love, Star Wars. Now, I've been a huge Star Wars fan for many years, and as a gamer, it's not even a series that I get to speak about that much because there's not been that many games in the Star Wars series that's literally blown my mind. But Jedi Survivor was incredible. What an experience. And we've just got a brand new announcement for an open world Star Wars from Ubisoft. How are you feeling as a Star Wars fan when it comes to gaming right now?
Man, we are eating good right now, Star Wars fans. Literally, last year, I think it was, we had Lego Star Wars, the Luke Skywalker saga. So we had
that was
all
sick.
of that. That was wicked. Then we had Jedi Survivor. Now we've got Outlaws, open world. Potentially rumors and all this stuff behind Knights of the Old Republic behind us, but it's there hopefully sometime. But I think games wise, series wise, movies wise, we've got there's something for everyone, and I think that's brilliant, especially with Star Wars being so massive and diverse and going off into legends and canons and all that kind of stuff. There's something for everyone, and I think Jedi Survivor really ticks quite a few of those boxes, because from a game point of view and Star Wars point of view, coming together, it's just wicked.
Yeah, it just done everything right. Like, for me, I'm old school, so still to this day, my favorite Jedi is Luke Skywalker. Like, Luke is always going to be on top for me, and the old films are always going to be my favorite. So when it comes to games, it takes a lot for a character to really kind of grab me, and I proper like Cal. I feel like Cal was... They did the underdog character right, where he wasn't an underdog as in, oh, I'm really weak and I need to get stronger. He was, look, that life is something that I try to stay away from because it's been nothing but pain. And the way they built the character was super dope. Sal, do you know what I love as well? Is I'm not about that Souls life. I say it all the time. I can't parry for ish. Like, I am the worst parrier in the world. And I love that even though they use that kind of harder Souls aesthetic, they gave options that you can play it on a normal level with a wider parry window. And I really felt like a Jedi. And all of the different stances was just incredible. And it kind of gave you so much ways to play around and kind of having all of the characters back. Like, I kind of feel like it's up there easily in my top 2 Star Wars games that I loved. What is it about Survivor that really grabbed you?
100%. I think stances was one thing which I didn't expect going from the first game. So obviously in the first game you just have, you know, for pretty much for 80% of the game you have the single lightsaber, and then you construct the dual wielded lightsaber, and that was it. In the second game, maybe the second mission in, when you get the option to split the thing and you have the 2 different stances, and then you see that there's total of 8 stances, I think it is, and you're like, whoa, like they've really opened this up. And from where you were in the first game to where you are now, I think that option and that sort of openness in the stances really took it to a different level. And obviously, like you said, I'm no Souls person either. I mean, I've given it a go. I do want to get back into it and give it another go, but I'm not about that life. But making Star Wars and the lightsabers and making it look good, but making it also feel good as well, especially like on the Xbox, we've got the adaptive triggers as well, so you can have a bit of customizability with that, and the way you're throwing your lightsaber around and the force and feeling all that kind of stuff on the controller. It's wicked, man. It's just next level.
So sick. We're not going to speak about Star Wars all day, but what is the thing you are most excited about for Outlaws?
Outlaws. The thing about Outlaws is because there's no lightsabers, immediately that one huge side of Star Wars was taken out, which I kind of knew was coming. When they said smugglers, open world, I kind of knew that was coming. But what I like about Outlaws is the seamless transition from you're on a planet, you jump into a ship, you're in the atmosphere, and then you're dogfighting with another ship. Then you take over that ship. It's because of the next gen consoles and PCs and that kind of thing. There's no loading. You're literally in a ship, in and out of the atmosphere. That kind of stuff was things we used to dream about gaming, when we used to play Lego Star Wars and Battlefront, that kind of stuff. You jump into a ship, you have to wait for a loading screen, cinematic, whatever. Whereas now you're on a ship and you're literally 2 seconds later, you're in the atmosphere and you're fighting. I think that journey from where we were with Star Wars games to now, and that sort of taking away the loading times, taking away all them bits in between and just making it one smooth transition, I'm looking forward to that. It's just going to open up so many possibilities. Exploration, looting, dogfights, all that kind of stuff. I think it's going to be sick.
Yeah, I think it's really smart of them to kind of stay away from being a Jedi. Like, I love being a Jedi because that's what we are. But I think it's really smart for them to be like, all right, Star Wars has such a dense and incredible world. There's so many stories and things you can do. And The Mandalorian is a great example of being able to have something super successful within that universe that isn't Jedi's. And to be honest with you, I slightly thought that they might go the Mando route, but obviously Mandalorian's only been this popular over the how many past few years, and obviously they've been working on this game for a long time, so it's looking so good. Now, I like the way your setup's looking right now. I like the way you're representing for Xbox. I like the way you're representing for PlayStation, and I said it at the beginning, and the reason why I came across you and even know how about your content is how clean your visuals are. Like, I said it at the beginning, but you have such a great eye when it comes to visuals. Like, your pictures are so clean, and the way you set up the background and the shots, and it just really stands out. Like, it's almost like product placement, not even I've got this and I love it. You seem like you have an advertising background and you love the visual style of something, and you really have brought it to another level. And even when I first came across your stuff, it was like really clean, dope pictures. And I feel like you've even elevated that to another level. Like, the Spider-Man post you did the other day was so dope with the visuals. So tell me a bit about how that's come across, how you've been able to create this so beautiful images with these gaming, and just the thought process behind it.
I think we go back way before I was even a content creator. So I have professionally, I'm a graphic designer, so I do graphic design, creative stuff outside professionally. I do it now as well, so as my day job. Before being a content creator, I had an Instagram account, pictures, here's me having a burger, here's me on holiday, that kind of Instagram account. But every now and then, because I was still a gamer at heart, I would put a picture of a PS4 game, PS3 game, all the stuff I used to do with gaming. And it would get no interactions. None of the people I used to follow or had following me were gamers. And then pandemic hit, I was at home and I was playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I still remember this. I was like, you know what, scrap this Instagram. I completely deleted it and I started fresh. And I posted, I thought, right, I've got a nice steelbook of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, got the map, a couple of things. No one's ever seen this stuff. This is all my stuff that I've got and no one's seen it. Let me take a picture of it. So I took a picture of it, posted it. And within minutes, all these gamers flocked to the account like, yo, this is sick. This is it. I'm like, whoa, this is mad. And that fueled my sort of inspiration to carry on. And then I thought, right, I got loads of this stuff. I pulled out everything I had, and I was taking pictures left, right, and center. And I think you can see the visual journey. If anyone's willing to go far back in my account and scroll, you can see that initially I started off literally on one table taking pictures of everything, and then slowly just started evolving from there to, you know, backdrops. And I think it's a natural progression, and I've noticed my skills sort of improving over time, and I started to get a bit more of an eye for thing. Obviously over time, more people have followed me, I followed them, and I get inspired by other people as well. So many creators out there that inspire me, and I think it's just an evolution, a growth, and I have enjoyed every single second of it. And the way it's grown from literally me taking a picture of Assassin's Creed to where I am now, 2.5, 3 years later, absolutely mad.
That's
we're just
so
literally sitting here talking to you, one of the OGs, the greats of this content creation world. Mad thing. It's just the way that literally sitting here, crazy.
Well, firstly, thank you so much for the compliment. I appreciate it. And fam, your work is sick. Let me tell you, I've been a TV presenter. I've been a content creator for like 7 years in gaming. And one of the things where I was really successful when I came into creating content and being a producer was because I come from TV. I'm like, no matter what your budget is, you can make really high quality stuff. It's just how you do it. It's understanding the lighting, it's understanding with your camera, whatever it is you need to do, just try to make it look as high quality as possible. So as soon as people see it, they think it's bigger than it is. They're like, oh yeah, brands have paid you to do that, or oh, you've used the biggest camera. Because the first time I spoke to you, I was like, fam, what camera are you using? Your stuff looks sick. And it's so important to kind of have that visual aesthetic, and what you do is so sick. And like, I just saw your stuff, and then I saw more stuff, and I was like, I needed to follow you because your stuff is sick and I want to see more. And me seeing your evolution to the point where you're doing sick videos and stuff, so dope. So I proper rate it, and I think people should definitely check it out because the visuals are dope, and I can see you're having even more fun with it now. It's like, bro, where can I take it? How fun can I actually make it? And it's dope, my G. It's proper dope. All right, we're eating, fam. Like, we're on some fat man Sam ting. Burgers over here, pizzas, lasagnas, everything. Our bellies are out here the way food is coming in. I need 2 games from you. One game that you're super excited for and looking forward to, which I probably know what you're going to say, and one game that really blew you away that you've played in the last 3 to 4 years. So it's up to you how you want to start it, but I want one that you're really looking forward to and one that you've played that proper blew you away.
Man, this is a tough question to ask me after we've had 4 showcases. I don't think I can give you one game. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you one game.
Wait. I didn't say the game you're looking forward to the most. I just said a game that you're really... Doesn't have to be the top. It just needs to be one of the top that you're most excited for.
I can't break it down to one game. So what I'm going to do, I'll tell you what I'll do, right? We've had 4 showcases. I will pick one game from each of the showcases.
Look at you trying to break the rules of my show. But you know what? Because you're so sick, I'll allow it. Come on, let me go.
I'll make it quick as well, right? We're going to the PlayStation 1. No questions there. Spider-Man 2, 100%. Can't wait for that one. That's just going to be lit. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. pre-order goes live. I told my boss as well at work, like, listen, 10 o'clock, yeah, no one disturb me. I'm going to have 10 tabs open. I need to make sure I get that collector's edition. After that, we had the Summer Games Fest, MGS 3 remake. When I saw Snake come on the screen, I screamed like a girl. I wish I recorded that. That was next level. After that, we had the Xbox Showcase, Starfield. This, I cannot wait for. It's coming out on my birthday as well, which is even better. That game is literally going to become my backlog. I know that for sure. That's just going to take over everything. I can't wait for Starfield. And then Ubisoft Forward, Assassin's Creed Mirage. I love Assassin's Creed, the whole franchise all the way. The last few have been a bit hit and miss for me because they've been quite big. Valhalla, I think I pumped in about 100 hours. This one I like, it's grounded, gone back to the roots, a bit more smaller, and I'm loving the setting of Golden Age Baghdad, which looks mint. So yeah, those are the 4 games. looking forward to, and a game recently that I
slow
played.
down. You just gave me 15 games in the list and you're just going on. All right, cool. So, Spider-Man 2 looks incredible. Stole the show. And what's mad is, obviously I knew Venom was going to be in there, but I didn't realize that we were going to have Peter in the symbiote suit like so early, and actually see Peter go like get angry and be really more aggressive and stuff. So that gas, and the collector's edition looks amazing. PlayStation, I got space for it. Starfield, I'm not the biggest Western RPG guy, but that trailer really sold me. It was giving me Mass Effect meets No Man's Sky vibes.
Yes.
So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
That looks super cool. I really love Assassin's Creed. Just like you, I have ones that meant a lot to me. The old school Assassin's Creed, really love. My favorite to this day is Black Flag. When they changed it up, I weren't super crazy about it, but I did really like Valhalla. It was just super long. And with all of these huge games, like you said, to have a more smaller, condensed Assassin's Creed is really sick. And it kind of spinning off from Valhalla, making me feel like, well, all of those hundreds of hours I put in was worth it. Super looking forward to that. So yeah, dope ass list. And then come on in, what is something that you've played over the last probably 3 to 4 years that has been super special? Like when you finished playing it, you felt like something was missing.
I feel like I'm going to change my answer after this because I can't even think back, but I'm going to give you I'm going to break the rules again. I'll give you 2 answers.
This guy, we're a 20-minute podcast, fam. How much time do you think we got?
Right, go on. One's a full big game and one's a small indie game, because I've got to shout out the indie game as well. So the big full game for me was Horizon Forbidden West. Visually stunning, probably one of the best looking games I've played on PS5 to date. I'm still partway through the Frozen Wilds. The Frozen Wilds was the first DLC.
No,
Burning Shores. Frozen Wilds was the first DLC.
Yeah.
Burning Shores. I'm on Burning Shores, loving it with the PS5. Love that game, and I love the way the game went for me. The visuals, the story, Aloy, the whole thing was just amazing for me. And the indie game that I want to talk about is Kena Bridge of Spirits. So I played this last year or the year before, I think it was. Short game, I think it was 10 hours maybe, but it's not usually a game that I would play. But I just remember seeing it at one of the, I think it might have been a PS showcase or something, and I thought, oh, do you know what, this looks good. And it came out and I downloaded it, and I was like, do you know what, this game, I loved it. The soundtrack, the combat, the story, the visuals, again, just 10 out of 10 for me. Absolutely love that game, and I feel like I need to play it again. That's how much I enjoyed it.
Do you know what? Those answers are so great. I'm happy that you broke the rules. All right, so Horizon, like, I enjoyed Horizon Zero Dawn, but I kind of felt like it was spoiled for me by Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild was so open and it felt a bit smaller. So Forbidden West ticked all of the boxes of the stuff that I felt that was missing from Zero Dawn. And I thought Zero Dawn was sick, but Forbidden West was incredible. And I really love Aloy as a character. I feel like she's one of the strongest PlayStation mascots. Like, she stands up there with all of the greats. And I think great character. I love the swimming. I love that you've been able to climb. And I've said it on the podcast hundreds of times, but I think the concept of Forbidden West and Zero Dawn is incredible. It sounds like something a kid would say. Like, I got a bow and arrow, and then you're shooting at robots, but the robots are dinosaurs, and their parts fall off, and it just proper sounds like a childhood dream.
I would love to have been in that initial meeting when someone pitched that idea. That would have sick to be.
It's either, oh my god, that's the sickest thing ever, or someone would look at them like, are you smoking? Like, what are you talking about?
You got to remember, Guerrilla came from Killzone, so
exactly.
So far there's all these Killzone games, and then someone comes into the meeting, right guys, today we're going to make a game about robot dinosaurs.
Everyone must have been like, huh? Are you crazy? So incredible game. Some of the cutscenes and the interaction with the NPCs visually are probably the best that I've seen in any game up to today. But I want to talk about Kena Bridge of Spirits because that is a very, very special game. First of all, I love that the two brothers who own the studio as two black guys, and their background is adverts. So they've worked in adverts for years. So their animation is sick. And I remember watching them do a fan animation for Zelda, Majora's Mask, and it's proper dark and incredible. And I was like, these guys are so talented. They need to make a game. And I love PlayStation, but I feel like all of the first party games are like gritty and serious, other than Ratchet and Clank. So I feel like having Kena as a game, a visual style for them was so sick, and this game was beautiful. Fam, that game had no right being that hard. I'm like, 100%. How am I getting broke up? Like, I was expecting it to be some pretty Legend of Zelda. That game doesn't.
It was like the cutest game in the world. And then you come up to this big rock guy with plants and leaves coming out of him, thinking, "Yeah, man, I got this, bro. I've just come off Call of Duty. This is nothing for me." And then my guy, he just destroys you.
It's like seeing a pretty girl on the street and she just punches you in your face. You're like, "Whoa, where did that come from?" Like, it was just immaculate, and I really like. It's their first game, and it weren't perfect at all, but it was so good, and visually, it looks better than games that are just coming out today. Like, their animation 100%. Is incredible, and I'm super impressed. Sal, you broke the rules, so we've gone over time, fam. Like, we've gone over time, but it was well worth it. Once again, I feel like your content is incredible and people really need to check out what you're doing, and I'm really excited to see the next part of your journey.
Thanks,
if you were to send the people to check out your stuff, where are you sending them?
Hit me up, Sal Vahed, same username on everything: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, even LinkedIn, believe it or not. So if anyone's on LinkedIn, hit me up on LinkedIn as well.
Even on LinkedIn. And thank you for staying to the end of the videos. Remember, we are working towards 5K on the channel right now, so make sure you hit subscribe. Let me know, did you play Kena Bridge of Spirits? Are you feeling it like we are? What games are you most excited? Sal broke the rules, so you might as well break the rules and say one from each conference as well. Let us know so we can continue the conversation below. I've been Mr. Midas. He's been Sal, and you've been incredible. We out of here. Peace.